uh. I came from the echo where sentences fracture and scatter, a pattern of matter that shatters the ladder of average rappers. A traveler map in the caverns of grammar and cadence, awakening ancient equations engraved in the ages. My pages ignite like a meteor swarm in a library, binary lightning inside of the diary circuitry. Surgery done on the verbs with surgical certainty, certainly turning eternity into a nursery where newborn rhythms are crawling in chaos and fire. A choir of iron lungs rising in violent desire. The higher the tension, the tighter the spiral of rhyme, till time itself stutters and stumbles inside of the line. I grind every consonant down to a weapon of pressure. My lecture compresses the seconds of lesser professors' aggression, invested in measures of metrical treasure. A pleasure to sever pretenders with clever endeavors. Forever the devil of decimals dancing in diction, prediction of friction when frictionless fiction is written. I'm splitting the prison of limits and lifting the system to rhythm and wisdom collide in a violent collision. Raise the sound, let the cosmos drown in the thunder of burns when the verses come down. Yeah. 6 lines spin in the skull within, every rhyme like a blade when the drums begin. Raise the flame, let the language rain, every bar like a star in a hurricane. Omega tone, from the marrow and bone, where the syllables strike like a throne of stone. Escalation of the machine. The cannon for metaphors marching in militant motion. Ocean of notions exploding with lyrical potion. The potion is potent enough to awaken the ocean of ghosts in the brain of a poet in permanent motion. Devotion to craft is a wrathful cathedral of verbs where birds made of vowels are circling over the earth. My worth is determined by turbulence buried in verse. A curse that disperses the worst of the herd in reverse. Observe how the nerve of the nerve center pulses in panic when manic mechanics of language dismantle the planet. I planted a flag in the magma of magma semantics and branded the granite with grammar that fractures the static. I'm back with a tactic of stacking the syllables sideways. Sideways, the highways of thought start collapsing in skyways. Skyways of language are raining on writers and sideways. Sideways, the mind bends like neon reflections on highways. This isn't a song, it's a storm in a dictionary. Visionary, incendiary, missionary, carrying paragraphs heavy as February glaciers, shattering barriers buried in literary layers of layers. Spine of the storm, choirs of thunder are suddenly born. Ink turns to lightning, lightning to war. Words become galaxies crashing ashore. Third 3, omega velocity. Velocity verging on violent volcanic eruptions, corrupting the structure of structured assumptions. The function of language becomes an eruption of thunder.